Devora Zack, Single Tasking, Get More Done One Thing at a Time. Are you constantly juggling tasks, only to end up feeling overwhelmed and unproductive? Fear not, for Single Tasking, Get More Done One Thing at a Time, by Devora Zack provides the perfect antidote to the multitasking myth that underlies our stressed-out world. In this summary, readers will discover why multitasking is a flawed approach rooted in inefficient task switching and the detrimental impact it has on our brains. Instead, the book promotes single tasking as a powerful alternative that fuels productivity and rebuilds the strained relationships that multitasking often decimates. By exploring practical tips and techniques, this summary will transform readers' lives, teaching them how to immerse themselves in one task at a time and seize control of their environment, devices, and mind.
The problem with multitasking. Multitasking is often seen as a way to handle multiple demands on our time, but it can actually hinder productivity and harm relationships. Focusing on one task at a time can lead to greater success and deeper connections. When we try to multitask, our brains cannot give full attention to each item, causing us to miss key details or misunderstand instructions. This can lead to mistakes and miscommunications. In addition, multitasking sends a message that the task at hand is not important and can damage relationships. For example, when a boss multitasks during a meeting, it conveys a lack of respect for the employee and the issue at hand. By fully immersing ourselves in one task at a time, we can achieve more and improve relationships. Why multitasking doesn't work? Multitasking is a common response to a busy life, but research shows it is inefficient and even dangerous. While most people don't want to give it up, multitasking guarantees mistakes and weakens our ability to concentrate. In today's world, multitasking is considered essential. People are busier than ever, yet constantly feel unaccomplished. They try to handle their tasks by multitasking, but this approach does not work. Neuroscience, globally conducted research, and cross-disciplinary studies show that our brains cannot handle two challenging tasks simultaneously. However, most individuals do not want to give up on multitasking and cannot imagine functioning effectively without it. Moreover, the widespread belief is that multitasking leads to success. In reality, it is a recipe for failure and guarantees mistakes that can be dangerous or even fatal. Distracted driving kills tens of thousands of people annually in the US and costs $871 billion. Multitasking weakens our ability to concentrate, and we are losing the ability to sustain prolonged attention. Aside from the actual danger, multitasking also generates less severe yet problematic consequences. When you multitask, you give superficial attention to competing streams of information. This overall inefficiency doesn't mitigate your time management problems but adds to the time a task consumes. It also impedes the flow of information into short-term memory, making it impossible to recall key information later. In effect, multitasking can make each task take longer than it would if you focused on it exclusively. In short, multitasking doesn't work. It is both inefficient and dangerous. Trying to do several things at once is not productive and only leads to making more mistakes that wouldn't happen if you focused on the task at hand. In essence, multitasking weakens our ability to concentrate, leading to lost productivity, missed deadlines, and other serious consequences. The myth of multitasking. Multitasking is a myth, and task switching is the reality. Neurology proves that the brain can't focus on two tasks at once, leading to mental overload. Multitasking causes cognitive impairment, shrinks the prefrontal cortex, and impedes problem-solving abilities. Additionally, multitasking increases mood swings and makes controlling urges difficult. The process of task switching leads to shallow learning and poor retention. Multitasking reduces inward examination and increases external distractions, resulting in a restless and confused mind. The flaw of multitasking. Multitasking is not a natural human capability and could lead to distracted, unfocused, or scattered lives. It requires switching focus constantly, affecting productivity and putting people's safety at risk. Although some routine activities may not demand too much attention, trying to do two complex mental tasks at once could backfire. So, it's crucial to handle technology wisely and avoid doing things like texting while walking or using the phone while driving. Indeed, technology can be helpful, but people need to be mindful of how they use it to increase their productivity and avoid being overwhelmed. Singletasking, the key to maximum productivity. The art of singletasking is the favored method of productivity experts. The straightforward singletasking principle suggests you accomplish more when you undertake one task at a time. Managing thoughts, relationships, and environment are essential elements of successful singletasking. The benefits are enormous, including increased focus, productivity, and full engagement on the task at hand. Singletasking guarantees results. The idea is not new. It's how humankind has been operating throughout history, offering proof of its efficacy. Modern society has moved away from singletasking, causing a decline in productivity. However, dedicating the first few minutes of each day to organizing your activities can change the course of the whole day. Singletasking involves immersing yourself in a specific job, focusing on it with a complete presence of mind before starting the next. It's a tried-and-true method used by hunter-gatherers, and now it's time for modern people to reclaim this remarkable productivity tool. The power of singletasking. Singletasking is a powerful approach that can help you regain control over your life, rebuild relationships, and boost your well-being. In a world where distractions are rampant, we often fail to focus fully on those around us, and our handheld devices end up ruling our lives. Singletasking offers an alternative that involves taking charge of your environment, agenda, and mental processes, and deciding whether to respond to stimuli around you. The first step towards achieving this is to take charge of your mind by setting aside time for personal reflection. Journaling can help you focus and organize your thoughts, serving as a mindfulness practice. By choosing to single task, you can benefit from increased energy, well-being, positivity, and fulfillment, while eliminating stress, pressure, insecurity, nervousness, boredom, and distraction. So why not start small and work your way up to singletasking your way to a more satisfying life? Master the art of singletasking. The book provides practical tips on how to make singletasking a habit and increase focus to boost productivity. Singletasking is an efficient approach to work that requires conscious effort to nurture it into a habit. The book suggests some worthwhile singletasking activities that one could implement, such as managing unplanned visitors, setting aside daily planning time, and maintaining focus during meetings. It emphasizes that to single task, one needs focus, which in turn requires energy and periodic breaks to replenish it. The book recommends keeping a mental parking lot to note down unplanned thoughts that could distract from focus. When working on important projects, one should go offline and mute all electronic devices to avoid distractions. The author stresses the importance of setting clear boundaries for people who demand time constantly. The book suggests cluster tasking, grouping similar tasks together as an efficient way to manage simple and low-level chores. To increase productivity, one should focus on the vital few, instead of the trivial many, as per the suggestion of the author Joseph Huron. The book concludes that by embracing singletasking and focusing on one task at a time, one can achieve more in less time without feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and unproductive.
In a world where technology pushes for constant engagement and juggling tasks seems necessary, Zack's Singletasking offers a refreshing perspective backed by science. Through the book's summary, readers gain insights into the true cost of multitasking and its harmful effects on our productivity, relationships, and overall well-being. By embracing singletasking, users will learn to foster more focused work, better connections with others, and even mindfulness practices in their daily lives. Ultimately, singletasking provides the tools to overcome the myth that multitasking leads to greater productivity and paves the way for individuals to reclaim control over their attention, time, and achievements.